They call him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds the future, and life is worth the living just because He lives.
Alrighty, let's see if we can read Matthew 7 and 8 tonight. It is cold in this kitchen. No, bully. Okay. Alright, number 7. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with what measure ye might, it shall be measured to you again. Now, don't say, well, you're going to go to heaven or you're going to go to hell. That's the kind of judgment I see here. Now, to judge a person, whether they're a good person or not, and all, the Bible says, you will know their fruit. And you see what I'm saying? So, you have to be careful and not say that the Bible contradicts itself, because it does not. You're not supposed to judge, well, so-and-so is going to go to heaven because they did this one act. So-and-so is going to hell because they did this act. So that's the way I'm seeing this. So when somebody throws that up at you and all, so you got to be able to look at their characteristics. I do not want a thief around me. I do not want somebody around me that's going to talk about sex constantly. It's okay, bullet. And, I don't want none of that evil around me. Okay. And what beholdest thou? The mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye. Okay, so don't judge somebody if you're doing the same thing. In other words, say, everybody knows I'm a smoker. Why should I put this other person down that is smoking when I'm doing the same thing? Okay, number 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye. So they may have a little stick in theirs, but you've got a whole log in yours. Alright, thou hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. First cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Wow, you scared me. Number 6. Give not that which is holy to the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rent you.
Trample.
Yeah, okay. You want to do this? Okay. So, now, take the beam out of your own eye before you try to do anything else for anybody else. Don't give your pearls, anything that is holy, to the dogs. So, if you are around a bunch of people and they put down Christ, you don't want to start using Bible verses, because your Bible verses is your pearls. So you don't want to start pulling them, because then they might throw something back at you and rip you to pieces, tear you to pieces. Alright, number 8. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth. And to him that knocketh it shall be open. Or what man is there of you whom, if his son ask bread, will give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Therefore all things... Huh?
Look, let me sit down.
Alright. Number 12. Therefore all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. In other words, like do unto others, or you have them do unto you. Treat them like you would treat yourself. Enter ye in the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there which will go in thereat. So, you have a straight way to go, and it is really narrow. Because there's not very many people that will go and forgive people, or, make it easy on a person and not criticize them and all. And you have this great big old wide thing. Like everybody nowadays, they're on this, got to be politically correct, got to have a correct pronoun, and stuff like that. And all. That gate is really wide, even if it is not the truth. 14. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. There's only a few people going to find this straight gate to go into, and all. 15. Beware of false prophets, which come unto you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raving wolves. Now, this is where we come in to the TV preachers. Now, I have not really... I ain't watched TV in a long time, but the last time I watched TV, and I really thought that, like, John Hagee was on the up and up. And I thought, like, Perry Stone. But then I start looking at what they are teaching, and they ain't teaching nothing like you're supposed to be knowing. And I want to write this Bible verse down, so let me get me a pencil piece of paper over here. So I can write this one down. I ain't got nothing for you here, boys, see? Nothing. Nothing. Alright. Matthew 7, 15. I don't know what his problem is.
He needs some love.
Alright, bullet. Now you're messing with... Don't bullet.
Wait a minute, let me move my chair out a little bit.
You should get him to go around.
Come on. Come over here.
Alright.
Here we go. Sit here.
Here we are on 16. Okay? And it says... 16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorn or figs of thistles? In other words, do you grab thorns, instead of grabbing the figs off the tree? 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. So, now I want to look at this right here, and I need to say that words are words. It don't matter what kind of word you use, they are all the same. Now, you can have evil words, okay? Evil words is like, I'd like to see you dead. You're too fat to even fit through the door, and all that other stuff. Those are evil. And but be good. May God bless you. You know, you're looking awful nice today. You know, you see what I'm saying? Let's go to 18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. 20. Wherefore, by their fruit ye shall know them. Now I want you to go back over here at the very beginning of 7. It says, judge not, that ye be not judged. So you see here, you have to judge the fruit. Okay? Alright.
You can tell the tree by the fruit it bears.
Right. But I'm going back to where in the beginning it says, judge not. Okay. 21. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many shall say unto me, that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knowed you. Depart from me, ye that worketh iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Alright, I want to take this right here on down to 23. Alright. The rain descended, and the flood came, and the wind blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not. So now, if you put your faith on a good, hard foundation, then you're going to be able to make it through. But now, if you don't put your house on a good foundation, and you know, like the song goes, sinking sand, you don't want to put your trust on that. Now, look at we're going to look at the politics. Politics is sinking sand because you do not have no truth. And you have so much corruption right there, so much iniquity right there in the politics that you're not going to get anything right out of it. Right. It's all going to be wrong all the time. 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, will be likened to a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the flood came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell. And a great was the fall of it. Now, if you look at it, the fall is going to be really, really great. Now, this is all of the red of Jesus on the Sermon on the Mount. 28. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended those sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine. For he taught them as one having authority, and not as a scribe. So, as you could tell, the scribes there did not tell you what Jesus has been telling you. Jesus spells it out for you. This is the way it is, and this is the way it should be. When he was come down, and we're on 8 now, from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshipping him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt canst make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was clean. And Jesus said unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way. Show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded, for a testimony unto them. In other words, go show that you are clean. And go ahead and do your sacrifice, because that is a testimony saying that I done it and I'm here and it can be done. 5. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of palsy, grievously tormented. Now, when you get sick, you can say, I'm tormented. You really can. I mean, that's like Tiffany. Tiffany, when she hurts and all, she is tormented. And I feel sorry for Tiffany and who else? Michelle, I think is the one that has it. I feel sorry for them being tormented like that. Number 7. And Jesus saith unto him, I will come and heal him. And the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof. No, Lord, I don't think you ought to come to my house. I wouldn't feel comfortable you coming into my house. All right, as we're going to continue on in 8. We're partly way through. But speaketh the word only, and my servant shall be healed. I can believe that if you just speak it, Lord, you can do it from here. For I am a man under authority. I have soldiers under me. And I'll say unto this man, Go, and he goeth. And to another, Come, and he cometh. And to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. And Jesus heard it, and he marveled, and said unto them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great a faith, no, not in Israel. So he is centurion, which is a Roman, we're going to call him the captain. And he said, I don't want you coming to my house because it's not set up for somebody like you, as great as you are. Just say the words, because I know that I do bad things. I'm an evil person. That's what he was saying. All right, 11. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. In other words, people can hear what the truth is. They sit down and they can hear all these prophets of what's going on. Like, you know that when you hear about Abraham, you know how Abraham's faith is. You know how Isaac's faith is. And you know how about Jacob's faith. I mean, you people can't say that they ain't never heard of these people. You know? Alrighty. 13. And Jesus said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. So he said, yes, I have faith that you can heal him. And my faith is really strong. And what did Jesus say? As his faith, if his faith was this little, then he would have got healed this little. But since his faith was so big, he got healed. Number 14. And when Jesus was come to Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her. And she arose and ministered unto them. Now, I want you to see, she was in the presence of God. Sure, God came to her, but being in the presence of God does heal. Okay? That is, to me, that is awesome to be healed like that. All right, let's see. 16. And when the evening was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and cast out the spirits which his word, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Elias the prophet, saying, Himself took our infirmities and bore our sickness. So Jesus healed all these people. He took it away from them. But where did it go? It went into Jesus, okay? So he, look at it this way. He took all these sick people, all these devils and everything, and put them inside him to heal them. Because a spirit has to have some place to go. As far as I've always been taught. And a Caesarean, 19. No, we're on 18. Now when Jesus saw the great multitude about him, he gave commandments to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee wherever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, The fox hath holes, and the birds of the air have a nest, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. Jesus Christ did not have a home. He went from place to place to place to place. And 21, and another of his disciples said to him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. And Jesus said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury the dead. If you want to be with me, you come on now. If you wait till your father dies, it could be years away. But let the dead bury the dead. All right, 23. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was converted with the wave, but he was asleep. Now Jesus was asleep in the ship. 25. And his disciples came unto him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he said unto them, Why are you fearful, O you of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the seas, and there was a great calm. So Jesus was like, why don't y'all have the faith to do this yourself? Can't you do it? What, have faith. I'd probably be like them. I'd turn to go to Jesus and let Jesus do it. He created all this, but he gave us the power to do it. All right, 27. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side of the country of the Gergesenes, were met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceedingly fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before our time? All right. Now, how these, that the demons have to know about what time, how much time they have on this earth just by this. But nobody, not even them, they do not know the hour or the time. But here, Jesus come up and they're like, are you here to torment us before our time? So they are looking for Jesus Christ to come and to torment them. Okay, 30. And there was a good way off from them, and a herd of many swine feeding. Now, this is why that God does not want you eating, any kind of pig, pork, none of it. He does not want you eating it. Because just think, they are unclean. God put something in them that's unclean. And it's still going on today. So, 31. Nope, we're up. And there was a good way up in there. So the devil. We got to find more. Is it 32? And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine. And behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down the steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. And they that kept them fled, and went their way into the city, and told everything of what was befallen unto the possession of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. In other words, we don't want you here. If you're going to be doing this and all, think about it. They killed the pigs. They ate them. They sold them. That was their livelihood or something. And all. And here these two guys were possessed with devils. And so what if they went into the swine? To me, a human being is worth more than any mansion or any cow or anything. Today, we are taught that human beings ain't worth nothing, but they are worth more than the swine. They're worth more than any animal. I mean, right here is proof. Jesus wanted them people to be free of these demons, so he put them into an animal. Alright, I will see how much time I have here. And then it determines if I keep on going or what after I get out of the spot that I am in. And we'll be right back and see what go on. If you like the video, please share it. And also, while you're here, give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to support the channel, please go to PayPal. And it will be much appreciated. Alright, let's see if we can get 9 and 10 in this on this video. 9. And he entered into a ship and passed over and came to his own city. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of palsy, lying on a bed. And Jesus, seeing their faith, and said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer. Thy sins be forgiven thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man is blasphemeth. And Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, Wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? So thinking blaspheme is evil. And that's not what blasphemy is, as far as I can see. But I could be wrong. So, alright, number 5. For whether it is easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, Arise and walk. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sin. Then saith he to the sick of palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go into thine house. And he arose and departed to his house. But when the multitude saw it, they marveled, and glorified God, which had given such power unto men. So, here Jesus is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and these scribes are saying, oh, this is so bad, you know. Alright, 9. And as Jesus passed forth from thence, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the receipt of custom. And he saith unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. Now, the receipt of custom is taxes, okay? Taxes. Let's see, 10. And it came to pass, as Jesus sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said to his disciples, Why eateth your masters the publicans and sinners? And when Jesus heard that, he said unto them, They that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. If you are not sick, you don't need to go to the doctor. Now, I'm going to tell you now. They diagnosed me with bipolar. I'm manic depressive, ADHD, and my thought process is not too good, which y'all could tell that the thought process is not too good. But I don't take anything for it. Nothing. I don't think that I ought to take any medicines for it because I do a lot of quilting to help me with it. And I had a cop one time ask me, how do you keep a clean record? And I told him, I'll stay home and I'll stay out of other people's business. And I just try to stick to my own. And at that time, I didn't read the Bible or anything. But now, I would go, Jesus Christ. 13. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice, for I am not come to call the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. So, look at it this way. If you stay around, if Jesus would have stayed around the righteous people, we wouldn't have never got nothing done. Because the righteous people of his time that he's talking about, they had their way and that was it, that nobody could change it. Not even Jesus himself could change that. Because if you're not willing to come to Jesus and listen to what Jesus has to say, then you're on your own. You have to want it. Other than that, you're not going to get it. I mean, you'll probably get it and it'll go shoop right over top of your head. Alright. So he stayed with the sinners so he could save them. Alright. 14. Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but thy disciples fast not? I read that wrong. Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, Nope, I read that right. Why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but thy disciples fast not? And Jesus said unto them, Can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the day will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then they fast. No man putteth a piece of new cloth into an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made more worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottle break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they that put new wine into new bottles are preserved. Alright, so y'all heard me talk about You don't mix old cloth and new cloth together, because this is what's going to happen. It's going to tear apart. It's not going. It'll end up not being any good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now this also goes into being coming to Christ. You don't want, when you come to Christ, you don't want to continue doing the same things you did. You want to change, and you're going to put your whole new self in a new bottle. And you don't want nothing to do with the old one. But now, if you do have something with the old one, and you honestly gave yourself to Christ and you want to, somewhere down the road, you're going to bust. Okay? 18. While he speaketh these things unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler, and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is even now dead. But come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. And Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him, and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, If I may just touch his garment, I shall be whole. And you talk about faith. Faith that if I just touch him, just a little bit, and I know that he will heal me. Think about it now. If people want to be healed, get in his presence. Touch him. He's there. Okay? 22. But Jesus turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw them minstrel and the people, minstrel, I don't know what that word is, and the people making noise. Oh, okay. Now, these right here are people, back in these times, you would get people to come in and you would pay them to cry over your loved one that just passed away. So these people would come in and they would cry because this person passed away. All right, 24. And he said unto them, Give peace, for the maid is not dead, but asleep. And they laughed him to scorn. Yeah, right, yeah. This guy don't know what he's talking about. She is dead. She can't move. She's dead. 25. But when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. So all he has to do is touch you, and you're going to be made whole. 26. And the fame hereof went abroad into all the land. And when Jesus departed thence, 2 blind men followed him, crying and saying, Thou Son of David, have mercy upon us. And when he was come into the house, the blind man came to him, and Jesus said unto him, Believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then touched he their eyes. According to your faith, be it unto you. In other words, there's 3 people that went to him. I think it was 3. 2 blind men. You got 2 blind men. One believed and one did not believe, okay? There's people around here that says, oh, yes, I'm a Christian. But really, are they? All right. according to your faith. Okay, now 30. And their eyes were open, and Jesus straightly charged them, saying, see that now no man knoweth it. All right, so he opened both their eyes. Okay? But now I want you to see what happens. I wonder what that was. Something moved in the bathroom window. All right, I'm going on. But they, when they were departed, spread abroad his fame to all the country. As they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with devils. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb man spoke, and the multitude marveled, saying, it was never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, he cast out devils through the prince of the devils. And Jesus went about all of the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogue, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. So Jesus, seeing that these people had really nowhere to go for the truth, okay? 37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So we have people now, they are starving for the word of God, but there's very little people that are willing to put their neck out there on the line and teach the truth and tell you, hey, look, you got two gods right here, the real God, and you got Satan. And if you don't watch out, you're going to be serving the wrong one. Okay? 38. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers unto his harvest. So Jesus is saying here, we need to pray that God will bring people that really know the Word of God to these people that are fixing to be harvested, which is now our time. Now, I know there's plenty, there are truly teachers out there now. Now, like you have, Now You See TV is a big one. I really recommend Now You See TV. Now, some of their stuff I do believe in. Some of it I don't. You have to take it all with a grain of salt, but they would be the ones that I would most and definitely put up there.
And they tell you to check them out in the Bible.
Right, they tell you to check them out. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here, and we will look at 10 the next time.
Sandy?
This is how to donate to my PayPal. You come down here to Poor Man's Sewing, and you mash on Poor Man's Sewing. Then you go over here to About. You mash on About. And right here is to donate to Poor Man's Sewing. Thank you. I appreciate everything that is donated. It will go to the sewing shed that we are working on. Or anything that you want me to put it on there, just leave a note on there and I will see what it says. And I really do appreciate you donating and watching my channel. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.